All right, this this wasn't even in my plans because like all right, I'm not that against AI stuff, right? You can see on the channel there is some stuff there. There was like placeholders. If you go to like the early videos before I finally decided on a layout that I liked for my videos, there is a bunch of AI drawings acting as placeholders. The current the current warning, like the screen before this one, which is the kind of the age group warning, or like the topic maturity warning, where like topics that can be seen by everyone has a green screen, and then comes a yellow one, and then for more mature videos it has a red screen. So that those arts on inside the layers are still made with AI, and I don't know if like I'm gonna change that eventually or if I'll just leave it like that. I'm still like figuring out the whole layout. So I'm not really that against artificial intelligence stuff. But I still can admit that sometimes companies go like they pass the line, they cross the line. And I just opened YouTube Studio because I finally sit down to record new videos, which are from the new Superman comic books. And I saw a new tab in there. Like I went to content and where all the videos, playlists, podcasts are listed, and there was a new tab that I never saw before, which was inspirations. So I clicked in there, and there is like ideas for your next video. And then I was like, oh, that's interesting. I assume they analyzed my videos, right? And they came up with like a pattern of stuff that I make. So they suggested me videos based on the ones that I already did. That was like my first thought. That they are just linking me videos that are similar to the ones that I make that I can use as inspiration for my next videos. But then, like, upon closer inspection, there is a warning on some of them. Like, the website gave me 5 videos, and 2 of them have a warning. It was not possible to generate the thumbnail. And then I realized, oh, he's not recommending me videos that someone else made based on the videos that I made. He's generating video ideas, which is, I have to assume that like it's interesting, right? I'll probably use this someday, but not the way that is presenting me right now, because none of the topics um, really spoke to me. So let's, I'll just like click on stuff and tell what I'm seeing. So the first video is why The Last of Us is the perfect post-apocalyptic story. And I can see why he recommended me this. Probably because I made a couple videos about video games. The problem is that I made videos about Spiral Knights and Monster Hunter, which has nothing to do with The Last of Us. But The Last of Us has a TV show, which I never made a video about a TV show. It's just like the closest to it is movies. But sure, let's say he saw that I made make videos about movies and recommended me to make a video about The Last of Us. There is another major problem. I never played The Last of Us, and I watched one episode of it, one and a half, because I was with some friends, and they were watching The Last of Us. Like they were excited for it. So the day it released, I was in their house, and they started to watch it. So I watched the first episode, and then I got bored in the middle of the second episode and pulled off my phone. So I I don't have much contact with. I watched some gameplays of it, right? Like when the game first got um when the game first got released. That's like that's my only contact with this franchise. Just a second, because I'm typing stuff, right? So I don't know. I can click on it. So what does it give me? The enduring appeal of The Last of Us is explored, examining how its masterful blend of compelling characters, emotionally resonant narrative, and captivating realized post-apocalypse world creates a truly unique and unforgettable experience. This analysis delves into the elements that make The Last of Us stand out as a defining example of the genre. I can see that, right? It's not that wrong, um, because it's like it's a different take on post-apocalyptic stuff, mostly because of the way it does the zombies, which is based on the fungus, whatever the one is correct. So this one, it feels to be right, but again, I didn't had much contact with the franchise, so I can't I can't really poke fun of this. But it seems to be generic enough that anything they say will be correct. But for the next one is Game of Thrones. So the real reason behind the Game of Thrones backlash. And again, there is just a very, very small problem. I watched 1.5 seasons of Game of Thrones, and I know the ending sucks. That's my entire contact with this franchise. And then you click, and there is like some random stuff, like again, generic, like the decline of Game of Thrones is explored, analyzing the show's narrative choices and their impact on the fanbase. The video delves into the factors that contributed to the dissatisfaction, including plot inconsistencies, characters' arcs, and the overall execution of the final season. Again, I can't say if that's correct or not, because YouTube is recommending me to do a video on something that I never watched. um, I have nothing to say, and then there is like um there is some topics, there is a script that they generated. There is a few scripts. Not I can't really say scripts. It's just like 3 topics. They gave me about 5 sets of 3 topics each that I could talk about, and I don't know what's in here. Let's say script. I'm gonna choose a random one. Oh, this one. So beyond the wall, the lessons learned, the perils of rushed storytelling, the importance of giving a story the time and space it needs to breathe. This one I think I can talk about because I heard that at the beginning of the show they rushed some stuff, like they cut off the starting of the book. Like there is a bunch of stuff that happens in the books, and they just cut it off to like the exciting part of it. So at least that's what I heard. So they ignored a bunch of stuff from the books, and then when they got to the final seasons, they went back and tried to fix it. Like I guess it was mostly because the books were still being made, so they had to like try to milk it the most they could. So like instead of writing as usual, they would like attach themselves to the most minimal of the details to give time to the authors to like finish the book. But next topic, the power of fan expectation, acknowledging the impact of fan involvement and the pressure to deliver on promises. Well, that's kind of generic. Like, yeah, you get high expectations, you get higher chances of being disappointed. There is nothing much like related to Game of Thrones in here, but I can like see it. And I think I talked about this on which one? Um, Probably on one of the Star Wars movies. Maybe, just maybe, on the Purge franchise. But nah, I didn't, because the movies are like increasing on the Purge movies are like getting shittier with each passing movie. So I was kind of not expecting much um, about it. But I probably talked about high expectations somewhere in the Star Wars series. But next topic, the delicate balance of satisfying fans and remaining true to the vision, finding a way to honor both without sacrificing one for the other. That's kinda the same as the previous topic. Like, come on. The power of fan expectations, and then the next topic is the delicate balance of satisfying fans. So both are the same thing, but with different wording. Oh, it. I need to do this now. I need to like. That will be so fun. I need to make a video, just like grab a one of these random scripts and make a video about it, just to see what happens, like just for the shits and giggles. Like, as I'm gonna ask you to generate me like a random script and from something that I have no idea how it went, and just like try to make it work. But then they finally gave me a topic that I am familiarized with, which is Lord of the Rings. So let's see it. Exploring the symbolisms in the Lord of the Rings movies. That is that has a again that has a problem. I've watched the Lord of the Rings movies. The problem is that there is way more qualified people to talk about symbolisms than I. It's like I'm gonna watch, I don't know, the fucking Babadook, and I'm gonna be able to not understand that they are talking about depression. That's how good I am at identifying symbolisms. But let's see this one. This one I clicked before, and because like I was like, I saw stuff that I had no idea what like I could talk about because I didn't consume the media. But I saw Lord of the Rings and I clicked it, and there is a section for possible titles. And here there is four suggestions. So Frodo's journey and the power of hope, a symbolic exploration of the Lord of the Rings. Solid title, I can see that. Um, there is another one, The Hidden Meaning of Middle-earth, unraveling the symbolisms of Lord of the Rings. I don't see much reason for the second part, but sure. Like the first half of the title already works, but who am I to talk about it? I'm expert on uh, explaining the same thing over and over, so sure, I don't feel like I'm qualified to complain about it. But then there is The Lord of the Rings, more than just hobbits and orcs, which is it's a very generic one, but okay. And then there is the one that I most enjoy, which is artificial intelligence trying their best at comedy or whatever they were trying to do in here. So, Lord of the Rings symbolisms, deeper than you think. And I'm not talking about the rings. Lord of the Rings symbolisms, deeper than you think, and I'm not talking about the rings. Which makes no sense because rings are not deep. Like, you know the song Dig Dig Hole? So, a guy was playing Minecraft and he was digging a hole. So, he started singing about it. And he started singing, I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole, diggy diggy hole. That's the joke. And he repeated that. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole, diggy diggy hole, diggy diggy hole. Because, well, dwarfs mine. Like, that's the stereotype of dwarfs. Sorry if I'm being racist, but I've never had much contact with dwarfs. I'm more a elf person, so sorry about that. That's the idea you gave us. Like, you guys go into a mine, you go like deep into it, and you fucking wake up a demon, and then suddenly we all have to deal with that problem. So yeah, sorry, not sorry. Um, but you guys need to get a better public relationships manager. And then, Jesus Christ, and then there's the fucking dragon incident. But sure, I'm past that. Um, if we were talking about dwarfs, I can understand it. Like, let's talk about Lord of the Rings dwarfs. Like, let's talk about the depth of the dwarves, and I'm not talking about their minds. So, see, that makes sense. Because they dig their minds very, very deep until they wake up a fucking demon. Um, so it makes sense. The minds are deep. I'm gonna talk about the depth of the race of the dwarves. So it makes sense. But then you suggest me the title, which is Lord of the Rings, deeper than you think. And I'm not talking about the rings. Like, anything else could have worked. Like, I'm not talking about the dwarfs' minds could have worked. It was like, you don't need what is that? You just, and then there is some generic um oh, they recommend videos. Oh god, there is something great in there. They recommend me real videos at the bottom of the page. All of them have the same thumbnail, which is Frodo at the ground of the I forgot the name of the pub, but it's Frodo on the ground of the pub about to like put the ring on. Um, both of the videos, both of the real videos they recommended me has the same thumbnail. Um, but there is like thumbnails that they suggest, and they are so great. There is one that is just like, um, how do I describe this? The background of the thumbnail they made, which is, I think the thumbnails, these thumbnails are AI generated. So one of them is a mountain shot and there is a storm. That's the background of the image. So picture this is at night and there is a mountain, like the top of a mountain at the bottom of the background, and at the top of the background there is a bunch of clouds and like a storm. There is a bunch of lightning coming out of the clouds and hitting the mountain. And on the first plan, there is a fucking bald eagle with its wings spread. Actually, there is a chance this will be the thumbnail of this video because that's oh god, can I get it on, I don't know if I can get it on a high enough resolution. I can. That's perfect. I need to download this. That's so good. It's just a bald eagle, like flying in front of a storm. That's terrible. That's a terrible thumbnail. And I guess they made that because there is a bunch of videos talking about why they didn't use the eagles to fly to Mount Doom. Then we have the fourth one, which is the suggestion is why The Witcher is a surprisingly bad adaptation of the books. And I can have a say on this one because, well, no, I can't. Now think about it. It's like I played The Witcher 3, I watched the first season, and I read half of the first book. But I have an idea why The Witcher is a surprisingly bad adaptation of the books, which is because the books suck. That's like that's my best guess. Like the video games has very low stuff related to the books. Well, as far as I know, because as I said, I only read the first half of the first book. But they are talking about the Netflix series. The Witcher Netflix series is explored, highlighting discrepancies between the show's narrative and the source material. Very generic video. I don't know. I feel like my videos are generic, but not this generic. Jesus Christ. I would hope the AI would be better at giving ideas better than like this, but come on, difference between book and TV shows we have a lot of those already. I don't know. What's this? Intriguing question. Is The Witcher Netflix series a faithful adaptation of the book or a betrayal of the source material? We delve into the surprising discrepancies between the show's narrative and the rich tapestry of the Witcher world, revealing why some fans feel betrayed. Let's see. Is it a faithful adaptation? I don't believe it is. But I just like guessing. Let's play a guess game. I don't think it's a faithful adaptation. I can't elaborate because I didn't read the books or watch the TV show. Controversial statement. Prepare to be outraged. The Witcher Netflix series takes major liberties with the source material. Well, that's alright. That's expected. Making changes that feel disrespectful to the books and the intricate lore. Will dissect the most egregious examples, leaving you wondering if the show is even if leaving you wondering if the show even understands its own source. Probably not. I remember reading a post about how Henry Cavill was the only one in the set that um, read the books, and that like he was trying to like save the TV show, while everyone else was trying to like make something new, which made me remember of Yennefer, because I think, well, I can say on the books, on the game, Yennefer is this really pretty woman, because that's a part of being a witch. You rebuild your appearance, because like being a pretty witch can have its advantages. So one of the last things you do is to rebuild your appearance. And then they casted an actress, and then they said, "Oh, we casted this actress because we want to challenge the beauty standards." So they're basically saying, "Hey, we casted this actress because she's ugly as fuck, and we don't care about like how the character is portrayed in the books or in the game. We like writing for like modern audience or some shit like that." But moving on, personal anecdote. As a lifelong fan of the Witcher books, that's me. Uh, that's totally me. A lifelong fan of the Witcher books, and not only the books but the games too. Um, I was thrilled when the Netflix adaptation dropped. Well, yeah, I was whelmed. I wasn't overwhelmed. I was like just whelmed. But after binging the entire series, I am left with more questions than answers. Join me as I explore my The Witcher feels like a missed opportunity, with glaring inconsistencies and narrative choices that feel downright baffling. Right? There is something like I feel like there is something here, but quite generic, and now I am afraid that my previous videos were this generic, which is a possibility. Outside, of course, of my Monster Hunter tier list, because I know that my Monster Hunter tier list is pretty unique by looking at other people's tier lists. Like, come on, Gyarados is S tier for me. The same goes for Basario, and no one likes those two. So yeah, that's like the only really unique video that I made. Because come on, the rest is just like movie reviews and game reviews. So yeah, there's not much to be told in those. And then we have the last one, which is the psychology behind why Stranger Things is so popular. I didn't finish the TV show. So I watched the first season after a bunch of people had watched it. So like a bunch of people watched the first season, and only then I watched it. So I took like some time between the hype of the first season dying. And then I went to the second season. I think right I think it was right after they released it, and that's when I stopped. I finished the second season, and I watched nothing more. Well, at least I assume I finished it. I watched the entire second season. If the monster of the second season is like the tentacle one, like the huge tentacle monster, then yeah, I watched the second season. That's and then I didn't finish it, but I have a guess. Why is it so popular? Because Netflix has had data of what people was watching. That's like my tinfoil hat guess, which I believe is not really that much tinfoiled. Um, Netflix has the data of what people is watching and how long they watch it, and like the amount of pauses, the fast forwards, the fast like the rewinds, the rewatches. They had the data of all of that. So I don't think it's like a big conspiracy theory that they used that to make the TV show. Um, so that's my guess why it was so popular. It appealed to a bunch of people because, well, as I said, they had the data to do something that appealed to everyone. Um, but that's like you discover the key elements that resonate with viewers, from nostalgia for the 80s to the masterful blend of horror and coming of age themes. So, yeah, pretty much what I said. They had the data of it. The thumbnails make no sense. The AI generated thumbnails, there is one with a kid that has a TV head and the word Stranger Things written on it. There is one, there is a question mark. Like, corporate art. Like, Google does this all the time with the drawings. Like, they have drawings of people. They are like neural arms people, and they have like weird ass colors. Like, there is purple people, there is blue people, that art. I think if you search for corporate art of people, you'll find what I'm talking about. So this one feels like that. It's a very colorful background with a question mark on the center. Then there is a geometrical abstract art. There is one picture of an open book, which I don't feel like how this relates to Stranger Things. And then there is one, there is a thumbnail that if you told me it was for a Alice in the Wonderland video, I would have believed. Because it's an illustration, and there is a green background. There is a bunch of mystic fog, blue mystic fog that makes me remember of the blue caterpillar, for whatever reason. And then there is a clock, like the one the rabbit has. So if you told me this was a thumbnail for a Alice in the Wonderland, I would have believed. And yeah, because this has nothing to do with Stranger Things. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Like, let's see the titles. Why is Stranger Things so popular? Deep psychology, the upside down, and our minds. More than just nostalgia. Secrets behind Stranger Things, and then inside parentheses, you won't believe this. And then there is two recommended videos. I don't want to read the titles because you can like cross-reference and find it. But the thumbnails are again very very similar. So these videos are like made by real people. I think, like I assume it's made by real people because like there is a bunch of views and oh never mind, both videos are made by the same person, so it's both of them are talking about the psychology of Stranger Things. I don't see why someone would do that, but sure. Like, he made two videos there is like basically the same topic. That's something I need to address on the 1 year anniversary video. Like, I'm writing some stuff for when the channel becomes 1 year old, and that's like one of these subjects. I don't know like how long this channel will last because I don't want to like keep repeating myself on the videos. Like I made a video about Monster Hunter Rise, and that's it. I can't make more videos about Monster Hunter Rise because if I made more videos about Monster Hunter Rise, I'll be just repeating myself. Like that was a terrible example. Let's see. I made a video about Spiral Knights and how the game taught me English. I can't make another video about that. So I don't know how long this channel will last because I don't want to keep repeating myself. And like I just opened this AI feature of YouTube and they just send me like, oh, related videos, and it's made by the same guy about the same topic, and the thumbnails are the same, almost the same. Like there is a character, there is both two characters on the corners, like one on the left corner, another on the right corner, and then there is some text written in the middle between like the two characters, and a red arrow pointing at one of the characters. So I guess this guy just has a template because it's the same arrow but in slightly different positions. And like there is also the title of the TV show, which is again on slightly different positions. And I don't know, like I think he has a template for his thumbnails. Which sure, it's a smart thing to do, but like if you want to post videos daily, go for it. But I don't know, just not my thing. Like every thumbnail I make, I try to like do just a little bit different, even if it's just the font style. And there is like just one major rule, which is the bottom part, because I can't put stuff in the bottom part because at the bottom there is like the red bar, the red progression bar, so you can know how long you watched the video and if you finished watching the video, which is very useful. So that's one of the rules. I can't put anything at the very bottom, and I cannot use red at the very bottom because, well, if I use red, then the thumbnail can mix itself with the progress bar, and I hate when that happens. Like I stopped watching some channels because of that. And there is another rule on the right corner, which is I can't put text in there or like important stuff in the right corner, because in the right corner there is again the video duration, like how long the video is in the right corner, right bottom corner. So I can't put anything important in there because it will mix information, and then I don't know, I just don't want to. And above it has the buttons for adding to a playlist, and like to add to a watch later, and to add to the current playlist. So like adding line to play right after the video you currently watching. So yeah, this video went from dunking on the AI to dunking on this random ass guy that the AI recommended me. But yeah, that's like that's like the YouTube AI tool. I don't know. This really wasn't in my plans. I just went to YouTube to like upload the videos that I just recorded, and I just saw a new tab. I clicked it. I saw that it was like inspirations, and then I saw, oh, it's AI generated. Maybe it's good stuff, right? So let's see it. And then I clicked on the Lord of the Rings, and it was like that, like the weirdest title of rings being deep for whatever reason. So yeah, stay tuned because at any point I'll ask this AI to like analyze my channel, and I'll ask them to generate ideas, and I'm gonna grab the idea that I'm least familiarized with, and I'll just like make a video following the ideas the AI gave me, just like for shits and giggles, like just to see what will happen. Because like it's funny. Come on, it's funny. It's funny. I'll like I'll just grab a random topic I have no knowledge of, and um, and just like talk about it. Can I like generate stuff in real time? Like, can I click now? And um, no, I don't think I can like just I can like create an idea based on a prompt. But that's it. I cannot like I cannot click on random ideas. Like just generate five more random ones. Um, so yeah, maybe I'll save some of this. Right. Let's do it now. I'll just like save this five because I like those. I have like I like that I know nothing about any of those. So they could make good videos. Let's see. Okay, it's saved. So if you see a video of mine about The Last of Us, Game of Thrones, maybe the Lord of the Rings symbolism, and The Witcher or Stranger Things, you can know that it was generated by this random AI. And I'm doing that just to mess with people. Um, so yeah, that's that's it.